Recently, we've seen a massive drawdown in a lot of the YouTube hype stocks and a lot of the stocks that you've been hearing and seeing a lot about on YouTube. A lot of the stocks, like for example, Zoom stock. Everybody was talking about Zoom just about a year ago. Since it hit its all-time highs, it's been down almost 40%. If we go to Peloton, everybody's favorite stay-at-home workout exercise bike, it's down almost 50%. If we go to Teladoc, everybody's new wave of like, oh, we're gonna be doing all our hospital things from the house. We're never going to go to a hospital ever again. This one is down almost 50% as well. We look at Palantir, everybody's favorite YouTube hype stock. Everybody just keeps on talking about Palantir is about to change the future. Palantir is gonna do this. Palantir is gonna do that. Since it hit its all-time highs of about $39, it's down almost 50%. ARK, everybody's favorite person, Cathie Wood, woman of the decade right now. She's leading the game, winning the game, everything. She's the greatest investor that we ever saw in this time ever. She's like the second coming of Jesus to a lot of people. Since it hit its all-time high of about $156, it is down 30%. 30%. And it's not like any company that I'm invested in is not also like getting destroyed. I mean, if you look at my portfolio of big bets, I'm down major. Like some of the companies I'm invested in, for example, Lemonade. Lemonade is getting absolutely smacked right now. Since it shot up to $183, it is down more than 50%. It's almost down 60%. If we go to Airbnb, one of my favorite companies, you guys know I love talking about Airbnb, it's down almost 30%. So the question we all have to ask ourselves is like, what do I do? What do I do when all my stocks that I'm investing in start to fall? What do I do when it's down 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%? What do I do? How do I handle this? What is the action that I need to take? And I'll just go ahead and say it up front at the beginning of this video. What I'm going to do is the same thing that I've been doing. I'm going to keep investing. I'm going to keep ignoring all the noise. That's what I've always done. But now the question is, why am I not freaking out? Why am I not panicking? Well, that's what you got to watch this video for. All right, let's go. Whoosh. What's going on, people? It's your boy Kelechi back with another video. If this is your first time around these parts, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy anything that we talk about on this video, hit that like button. Turn that thing, say it with me now, blue. But maybe wait till the end of the video and see if you agree with me or not. And then hit either the like or the dislike button. I like the like button a little bit more. But either way, just let me know. What are your thoughts on what I'm talking about in this video? But anyway, let's get back to it. The whole thing is like, we're seeing like so many of these growth stocks that everybody has been saying is life changing, is going to be decade changing, is going to do everything into the future, is going to just keep on flying higher and higher and higher. All of a sudden, they're starting to come back to reality a little bit. All the high flying that we saw from all of last year, where basically reasoning, common investing reasoning just flew out the door. None of it made sense anymore. I heard so many people like, oh yeah, this is the new age of investing. This is how investing is going to be done from now on. It's no longer about valuing the company and all of that stuff. Nobody, Warren Buffett, who's that? He's an old dude. He don't know what he's talking about. Peter Lynch, we don't want to listen to that guy. But then all of a sudden now reality is coming to set back in. Reality is setting back into a lot of us. As you guys know, like I said, I'm invested in some of these companies. I'm invested in Spotify, Dropbox, Lemonade, Crowd, Airbnb. All these companies are getting smacked. I mean, I'm down almost 27%. I mean, I'm getting smacked in all of these companies. Why? But why am I not freaking out? Why does it not bother me? The thing is, for me, when it comes to investing, I don't just see it as stock ticker numbers. I don't just see it as a code on a platform. I didn't just see it as random letters that they shove together and numbers next to those letters. That's not what I see. When I see a stock, I see a business. I see a revenue generating business. I see cash flow potential. I see a way for me to be able to build my wealth. I see an opportunity for me to partner with wonderful businesses that can help me build wealth over time. I see a way for me to be able to generate dollars so I can accomplish some of the things that I want to accomplish later on down the line. That's what I see when I look at businesses. Or look at stocks. I don't just see numbers on a screen. And so because I see businesses, whenever I see my stocks falling, I have to ask myself a few questions. There are three main questions that I always ask myself before I start freaking out. Question number one I ask myself is, do I still understand this business? Do I still understand how this business generates its money? Or has something changed in the way this business generates its money? That's the first question I always ask myself. Do I still understand the premise of this business? The second question I ask myself is, does this business still have the competitive advantage that I thought it had when I first decided I wanted to invest in this business? The moat that I had determined when I first decided, I want to invest in this business, does that still stand? The thesis that I had, does it still stand going into this business? And then the final question that I always ask myself is, do I still trust the management team that is running the business? Do I still believe in the vision that the management team has for the business? And that comes down to two questions. One, are the management team still being honest with me? And then two, are they still skillful in return on invested capital? Are they still skillful enough to make sure that they are returning some kind of return on the money that I'm putting into the business? Because this is not free money, baby. Even the bank don't give you a loan for free. The bank don't give you nothing for free. Even when you put your money in the bank is going out there and giving your money to somebody else to make some income off of your money. So I'm not just giving money to any business. Like, it doesn't matter how much I love a business. It don't matter if that business ain't gonna give me something back, So these are the three questions that I always ask myself. And if any one of those three questions changes, then I'm gonna sell out. I'm gonna sell out of that business. I don't care if I'm making money or losing money, because for me, it's much more important for me to know how that business is doing than for me to pay attention to all the fluctuations in the market, to pay attention to all the price fluctuations. The price fluctuations is whatever to me. I focus more on the businesses that I'm investing in. So if we go into my portfolio again and just look at some of the businesses that I have, for example, if we look at Lemonade, do I believe that Lemonade is still the business that I thought it was when I invested in it? The answer is yes. I still believe that Lemonade is a wonderful business for me to invest in, with its various ways of making money with insurance. I still understand that the way they're making money, their target demographic is for most of Gen Z who are just now starting to work, and it's to make insurance as easy as possible for most of them, to make it be like a one-stop shop for their insurance. As a matter of fact, they just announced that they're going to be launching Lemonade car insurance as well. The idea of Lemonade is we want to get these people when they're young and then grow with them. Because if we're being honest, for most of us, the insurance that we've had for the longest time is the one that we've had since we first started getting insurance, since we got a car insurance or something. And so Lemonade wants to grow with its customers. Plus, it's also finding other ways to attract new customers. And so for me, it's literally less than $100 million business right now. It's worth about $5 billion. And so for me, my thought process is this business can definitely grow because it makes insurance a whole lot more simple and makes us like insurance. It's rated as one of the best companies, not insurance companies, but best companies that people actually like. Plus, it still pulls on my heartstring with the fact that it donates a good amount of its money to charities that I like. So for me, that's also like one of the reasons I invested in. And as long as that's still there, I'm going to keep investing in them. And then we look at CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike has fallen, but my question to everybody is, are we going to see less cyber attacks moving into the future? No, we're going to see more cyber attacks moving into the future. So for me, my thesis of investing in cyber and CrowdStrike hasn't changed. It just has not changed. We go into other businesses like Airbnb. Look, I don't even understand why Airbnb is falling right now. We're about to open back up. People are trying to travel. Airbnb is overbooked, so much so that they're overbooked that they're saying they won't be able to have as many houses as they need and as many places they need to be able to rent out to people because they're overbooked. But yet the stock is falling. So for me, all of this is just telling me okay, it's just sentiments of the markets. It's just sentiments of the market. And maybe these stocks are just falling back to reasonable price points. That's also very likely. But sentiments of the market, I don't know who said this quote, but he said, remember that in the short term, the stock market is a voting machine. But in the long term, the stock market is a weighing machine. In other words, the cash flow being generated is what matters. In the short term, it just depends on the sentiment of what people feel like that day. Oh my God, we want to be following Doge. We want to be following this. We want to be following that. That's all that matters in the short term. But in the long term, good businesses will generate some kind of income to determine why they're worth something. So for me, I'm still investing in these businesses. I'm going to be dollar cost averaging into these businesses. My plan initially was to be dollar cost averaging into Disney, but now I've changed my plan because these are falling. And so my focus is going to be dollar cost averaging, especially into Airbnb, Lemonade, and Spotify and CrowdStrike. I'm going to be dollar cost averaging into those businesses because I believe in the premise of those businesses and I believe in the future of those businesses. So I'm just going to be dollar cost averaging into it. And I'm not even going to stress myself that much. But that's what I'm doing because I just have an understanding that stocks are not just letters on a screen. It's about the business underlying that stock. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all. I hope y'all learned one, maybe two things out of this entire thing. And if you did, hit that like button. If you loved it, hit the subscribe button. But I'm gonna catch y'all up on the next one. Remember, generosity is always greater than greed. God bless each and every single one of y'all, and I'm out. Peace. Whoosh.